we are doing well today. I have got some non-fiction to read to you called Dig and Sew. I wonder if you can tell what it's about. Dig and Sew. What do you think? I think you might have peeped it. It is all about how plants grow. In this book, we have got a contents page, as we normally do in non-fiction texts. Most of these are formulated as questions, as you can tell by the question marks there. And the idea is that we go to the chapter that we are interested in. For example, why is grass green? I'm quite interested in that. And that chapter or that section in the book will answer our question. So why is grass green? Do you have any ideas? Or any previous knowledge? If not, listen up. Why is grass green? Unlike animals, plants make their own food. They do this by absorbing the sun's energy and changing it into food. This process is called photosynthesis. In order to do this, plants must contain a substance, like a chemical, called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is green in colour, which is why most plants are green. We've got a joke here. Why are aliens good at gardening? Because they have green fingers. I know that I've actually heard some of your parents using the term green fingers or green thumb. If you've got a green thumb or green fingers, it means that you're good at growing plants. Now, they're not actually green. I'm not sure mine would be anyway. But it means that you're very good at growing plants. It's just a bit of an expression that we use. The food factory. Plants use chlorophyll, carbon dioxide and water to make a sugary food called glucose. As they do this, they release oxygen into the air. So you've got that cycle happening here. Plants under stones are pale and straggly. This is because they are growing in the dark and have not made any chlorophyll. So you need the sun in order to make chlorophyll. Archie can't make his own food and must eat plants to live. So indirectly, his food comes from the sun too. And this really just makes me think about how absolutely incredible nature is, how incredible our world is, and that without the sun, none of this would be possible at all. Your dinner wouldn't really be possible, to be honest. Fresh air. Too much carbon dioxide in the air can suffocate animals, but plants love it. The oxygen in the air is produced by plants during photosynthesis. Without plants, we would not be able to breathe at all. Trees in the world's forests, grass on the plains, and algae in the sea all help to keep the air fresh. So you can see for yourself, you can do a bit of an experiment either in school or at home. So watch photosynthesis happening for yourself. Collect some leaves. New fresh ones work best. Pour some water into a shallow bowl or a plastic container and put in the leaves with their undersides facing upwards, so almost as though they're lying on their bellies, on their fronts. To compare them, float one or two leaves the right way up. Leave them in the sunshine for a little while, then look at them through a magnifying glass. You will see little bubbles of oxygen. We all need to eat green plants to stay healthy. So I'm going to go back to my contents page. And now I can see that my next question is, why don't trees fall over? It's a pretty good question. Or I could do, what is soil? Do plants eat and drink? What are flowers for? Where do plants come from? So many. I think I'll go with, why don't trees fall over? That's a bit of an interesting question, I think. So my next page then, page 8. Why don't trees fall over? We'll start with a joke. Why is an elephant like a tree? Because they both have trunks. Like most plants, trees need to grow upwards to get as much light as possible. To stop them from falling over, plants have roots which spread out under the ground and support them as they grow. As well as supporting a plant, the roots also suck up water from the earth. Trees need thick, woody roots to support their heavy trunks, but smaller plants have thinner roots. So we've got here, every year a new layer of wood is added onto the outside of a tree's trunk under the bark. By counting the growth rings on a tree trunk, you can tell how old it is. And here it says, a tree can grow tall because its stem is a firm trunk made of wood. So think about a regular plant like one with a flower on, a sunflower, for example. If you've grown sunflowers at home or a similar plant, you'll notice that they have a green stem. So the trunk of a tree is essentially its stem. It operates in a similar way. Smaller flowering plants do not make wood. They need water in their stems to stop them from drooping. You can do another experiment to see for yourself. Here are 4 steps that you can follow. So number 1 is place a dandelion, a rose, a stick of celery or some twigs into a jar of water. Then put identical plants in another jar without water. When we do that, so that we can compare, that's called a control. So you have your experimental jar here, and then you'll have your control jar. Leave both jars for a couple of days, looking at them from time to time. What happens to the plants? Even without water, woody stems stay stiff, but their flowers and leaves droop and shrivel. See, here's one with water, here's one without. The stem of the dandelion is supported by the pressure of the water inside it. So in a jar of water, it stands up well, but left out of water, it will droop and die within just a few hours. And lastly, big trunks. In Africa, there is a tree called the baobab tree. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I'll go research that. Which has an unusual trunk. During the rainy season, the tree stores water inside the trunk, which swells up like a barrel, and in dry weather, it uses this water to survive, and this trunk shrinks again. Don't wait until you see your plants drooping before you water them. That's important. That peace lily in our classroom likes to be very dramatic and droop all over the place if I don't feed it some water. I need to be better at that. Well, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. There are so many good questions in this book. The next one is, what is soil? Which is a really good question. So you could get ahead and maybe research that one. I'll pick this up another day. Have a lovely day. I miss you loads. And I will see you on my screen very soon. Bye. Me again. I've done my research and it turns out that you pronounce that tree baobab. Not baobab, like I said. Baobab. My apologies. The power of good research. See you soon.